Hi, I'm Robert Oncoy. Thank you for joining me in this IELTS writing video for Task 2 essays. Now, I'm making this video in response to a student request for, well, how to deal with a question where they ask you about the positives and the negatives. Now, we know there are 5 types of IELTS essay questions, and they are the opinion essay, the discursive essay, there is the cause-effect solution essay, there's the advantages, disadvantages, and the mixed question or the 2-question essay. So where does this fit? Well, when you write any essay, there are 5 steps. First, you need to understand the question. So what is the topic word, the general topic word? What are the focus words? And what is the direction word in the question? If you're not familiar, this is going to cause you problems. Once you understand the question, you need to choose the appropriate plan that fits the question and fits your ability to write the number of words there. Now, you know the number of words is 250, but I tell my students to aim for 270, 280 if possible. Now, once you've got that all set, writing the rest of the essay is pretty straightforward. You write the introduction by paraphrasing the rubric. You follow your plan so that you can write the body paragraphs in shorter time than writing without a plan, and then you summarize the ideas in the conclusion. So let's take a look at a sample question. Nowadays, people are choosing to socialize online rather than face-to-face. Is this a positive or negative development? Let's try to understand this question. So I need to identify the general topic. Now, to me, I think the general topic is socializing. Under this umbrella of socializing, what do I need to focus on in this essay? Well, it looks like there are 2 things we need to focus on: online socializing and face-to-face socializing. Now, look at how this sentence is written. People are choosing to socialize online instead of face-to-face. So we're focusing on socializing online. And finally, the direction question keyword is it a positive or negative development? It sounds to me like I'm being given a choice, and I need to choose one, and then give my opinion about it. Once I understand that question, I choose the appropriate format. Your introduction paragraph should be 40 to 50 words if you're paraphrasing the question. Your body paragraphs should be developed to give you 95 words each to 100. And your conclusion just needs to summarize these ideas and restate your opinion within 30 to 40 words. Some students may feel that they don't have enough ideas or examples or explanations to fit 95 words. If you've got a third idea, you can choose a 5-paragraph structure, and in which case each body paragraph should range between 75 to 80 words. What does that look like? Like I said, I happen to believe socializing online is more of a negative thing. And I can think of 3 reasons. So if I can think of 3 separate reasons, the 5-paragraph structure works for me. Or maybe I could develop 2 out of those 3 ideas really well and present them in the 4-paragraph structure. Uh-oh. Teacher, can I write about both positives and negatives? Okay, yes, technically you can, but you run the risk of turning this into a discuss both sides type of essay, a discursive essay. Remember, the question asks you, is it positive or negative? It's asking you for your opinion. So, what could it look like? Well, the simplest way of looking at both positives and negatives, but trying to give your opinion, is to do the following. Present one positive. You can say some people say this, or you could admit that you view this as positive. And then you present what you feel is a negative, a separate idea. Maybe you do one positive and you present 2 negatives. The key thing is to make sure that you emphasize where your main idea or your main opinion is, and that is to state that these negative viewpoints are more important or more serious or outweigh that positive, if you feel that it's more negative than positive. Now, this can be good because for Band 7 writing and higher, you want to demonstrate a level of sophistication in dealing with a question, and that might involve uh, assessing different views. So this is not necessarily a bad way to go, but let me show you an even better way. What if we did this instead? So I see two advantages. You can stay in contact with friends and family abroad, and you can make new friends. That's a benefit to socializing online. However, yeah, it's true you could stay in contact with friends and family who live far away, but it could also weaken relations if you're just sending three-word texts every day. Mm. Maybe those new friends you make online are fake friends. You can't really rely on them or count on them, and this could lead to depression. So here, this type of um, two viewpoints is called the dialectical approach, where we present a positive reason, but we minimize the impact of that positive reason. Then we describe the negative flip side of that positive reason to argue against it and say that the negative outweighs that positive. I like this approach. It's used in university writing to good effect, and it shows that you've considered both sides of one factor. Now, the rest of the essay comes easy. It's just a matter of paraphrasing. Now, here's one example of an introduction. Pause the video and have a read. Okay, when you look at this introduction, is it the introduction for a 100% positive, 100% negative essay? Check out this introduction. Pause the video and have a read. Okay, now that you've had a read, is this for the two views, or is this for the 100%? Instead of going into a sample body, paragraph, and conclusion, I'd like to invite you to follow this URL or scan that QR code and view 4 model essays there. And then you could look at the justification for what's strong and what's weak about each one. If you've liked this video, please hit like and join my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed.